ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते देवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरों श्रीयुतपथकमलं श्रीगुरों वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगणललिता शिविशाखान्वितंश्च ये कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणम्। परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचं मां प्रसूक्तां सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नां। अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणां नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। जयदं सुरदो पङ्गोर्मम मन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पादाम्बुजो राधामदन्मोहन तमादिदेवं करुणानिधानं तमालवर्णं सुहृदावतारम् अपार संसार समुद्र सेतुं भजामहे भागवत स्वरूपम्। परमानंद पाठाय प्रेमवर्षीयक्षराय ते सर्वदा सर्वसेव्याय श्रीकृष्णाय नमोऽस्तु मे। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदारे कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा हरि ओम तत्सत्। Welcome all the devotees for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, fifth chapter, 40th verse. Tamapyadha adadbhrashruta vibho samapyate yena vidambu bhushidam prakyahi dukkher muhuradditatmanam sanklesha nirvanamusandinanyatam Omapyadadbhra Shrudabhishrutam Vibho Samapyade Yena Vidam Bubhuchidam Prakyahi Dukher Muhu Ardidatmanam Shanklesha Nirvana Mushandinanyata. Hare Krishna, Uma.
Hare Krishna. त्वामभ्यदभ्राश्रुतविश्रुतं विभोः समाप्यते येन विदां बुभुत्सितं प्राक्याहि दुःखैर्मुहुरर्तितात्मनां संक्लेशनिर्वाणमुशन्ति नान्यथा।
Very good. Mayuri Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna.
त्वम् अप्यदभ्रश्रुतविश्रुतं विभो समाप्यते येन विदा बुभुत्सितं प्राख्याहि दुःखैर्मुहुर्दिततात्मनां सङ्कलेश निर्वाणमुशन्ति नान्यथा।
Very good. Okay. Vivek Prabhu, translation, please.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Please, therefore, describe the Almighty Lord's activities, which you have learned by your vast knowledge of the Vedas. For that will satisfy the hankering of great learned men, and at the same time, mitigate the miseries of the masses of common people who are always suffering from the material pangs. Indeed, there is no other way to get out of such miseries.
Reward. So please, therefore, describe the Almighty Lord's activities which you have learned by your vast knowledge of the Vedas, for that will satisfy the hankerings of great learned men. At the same time, mitigate the miseries of the masses of common people who are always suffering from material pangs. Indeed, there is no other way to get out of such miseries. So, Vyasadeva is requesting Narada Muni to please describe in detail the activities in the past times of Supreme Personality of Godhead, because you are a learned personality, okay, who has vast knowledge in the Vedas. And only that will satisfy the hankerings of the great learned men and at the same time mitigate the miseries of the common people also from the suffering of the material pangs. There is no other way to get out of such miseries. So, Vyasadeva is Narada Maharshi is glorifying here Vyasadeva. So Vyasadeva has to glorify because he has written all the four Vedas in which he has described only Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Purusharthas. Okay. So that will only bind any person this material world because he is not trying to get out of the material miseries by the fifth Purushartha. What is the fifth Purushartha? Krishna Prema. Okay. Prema Pumartho Maha. Unless and until one becomes purified, completely purified, he or she will not be able to get out of the material clutches, the miseries of the material world. So one has to surpass even the mukti. Mukti, in general terms, it is understood that it is just merging in the Brahma Jyoti. Because there is no service in Brahma Jyoti. Unless and until you serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead in various ways, in different dasas, you will not have the ananda, the bliss. You may have peace of mind in merging in the Supreme Person, even though you may think that you are merging, but you are not merging. Why? Why, Uma? Why we cannot merge? The impersonalists think that they are merging, but actually merging doesn't take place. What is the proof that we will not merge? What is the slogan in Bhagavad Gita? Which very categorically says that we are there, we are there, we were there, we are there, we will be there. Who remembers? Mahir Mataji? Natvevaham jatu nasham naptam neme janadipa. Never was there a time that I was not there, nor all of you, nor all these kings, and never will, we shall cease to be. That means we were there. We are eternal. We are here. We are eternal. We will be there in future also. So where is the possibility of merging the impersonal Brahman? So it's a misconception of the Mayavada philosophers. Those who are following the Mayavada philosophy. They think that they will become one with the Lord. That's why they address each other Narayana. Okay, I am Narayana, you are Narayana. So it's a misconception. So even if you think that you are going to merge, there'll be some time that you will be fed up because there is no bliss there. You want to enjoy, you want to do some activity. There is no activity there. As I have always been telling, suppose we are given all the facilities and locked in a room, with telephone, TV, food, clothing, everything. There is nobody to interact with, no friends, no relatives. How many days will we be able to survive there alone? A person who is in the jail, he is given all the facilities. Now he is given a fan or AC, food on time, recreation, but nobody to talk to, nobody to interact with. How can he pass the time? How can he enjoy? So one need your friends and relatives and service. Without service, you cannot survive. So seva is a must. So in Vaikuntha, in Goloka, there are many ample opportunities for seva. In Shantarasa, Dasirasa, Sakirasa, Vasilirasa, and Madhurirasa. Okay, there are ample opportunities. It's not that, okay, I only have the seva. No, everybody is getting chance. And each and everyone is serving in a unique way. Nobody is there to replace that person. So every person is independently serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead to his capacity or to her capacity. Even the so-called dull personalities like trees and plants, okay, they are in this material world, they're called jada, dull, okay, but in the spiritual world, they're all having chetana, consciousness. Okay. They're also on the higher level of consciousness like other beings. They're also personalities. Even they are serving in Shantarasa, in passive mode, not in active mode. Okay. And there are servants who treat the Supreme Personality of Godhead as their masters. There are friends who treat them on equal level. There are parents who has the Vatsalya Rasa, and there are conjugal lovers who enjoy with Krishna in Madhurya Rasa. So it's a variegatedness in the spiritual world. Everybody is enjoying. But in Brahma Jyoti, nobody is enjoying. Yes, of course, there are no miseries. But some point of time, they will develop the desire to serve. So they will have to fall down again to this material world, which is given in the Bhagavatam itself, in the 11th canto. Patanti taha. They will fall down. Then they will come in contact with some devotees, develop the serving attitude, service attitude. Then they will get liberated to the Vaikuntha or Gola Gunadavana as per their Surupa. So Narada is instructing Vyasadeva to please write the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which will only satisfy the hankerings of the great learned men and also mitigate the miseries of the common people. This is what you have to do. You have written so many things, very nice thing. That's why Vedas, we say it is good, bad, and ugly. It is not only good, bad, everything is for all classes of people. People in the mode of ignorance, people in the mode of passion, people in the mode of goodness. It is meant for everybody, depending upon their consciousness level. Those who are in the mode of ignorance, there are activities for them. Okay, you do that, and slowly and gradually you purify and come to the mode of passion. And those who are in the mode of passion, slowly and gradually purify and come to the mode of goodness. Those who are in the mode of goodness purify themselves and come to the mode of pure goodness. So that is what you have to write. Pastimes in the mode of pure goodness. That will only satisfy the anchorings of great learning, not dharmartha, kama, moksha. So even moksha, it is selfishness. Why selfishness? I want to get out of the miseries. I want to get out of this body, material body, because in material body, I have to undergo miseries. So the only way to get out of this misery is to relinquish this material body and get a spiritual body or merge in the impersonal Brahman. So those impersonalists, those who are following Brahma Mayavada philosophy, they want to merge, but those devotees want to get into the Vaikuntha or Goloka Vrindavana planets and serve the Supreme Lord and enjoy unlimited bliss. So that's what Narada Maharshi is requesting, or rather instructing Vyasadeva to write about. Okay, pastimes in the mode of pure goodness. So see, Narada Muni from practical experience definitely asserts that the prime solution of all problems of material world is to broadcast very widely the transcendental glories of the Supreme Lord. There are 4 classes of good men and there are 4 classes of bad men. Also, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna very categorically says there are 4 types of people who comes to me, 4 types of people who doesn't come to me. Okay, in the 7th chapter, I think. Okay, so who are the 4 types of people who goes to him, who accept him?
Artha Jigyasu.
What is sloga? Chadurvidha bhajande mam artho jitnyasu Arthati, Jnani cha,
Arthati Ganesh.
Paradarshan. Okay. 4 type of people will go to him. They will accept him. Okay. Who are there? Artho, who is distressed. Who is distressed because of money problem, health problem, relationship problem, whatever it is. So different types of distress. So whoever want to get out of this distress, they will approach the Supreme Lord and pray, please remove me from all these miseries. So those who are distressed will go to him. And Jitnyasu, those who are inquisitive. Who are they? They want to know, who am I? What is this universe about? What is this Prakriti? Who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Why this disparity among different living beings? Why somebody is very rich? Why somebody is very poor? Why somebody is very beautiful? Why somebody is very ugly? All these disparities, why it is happening? Why good thing happens to bad people? Why bad things happen to good people? These are all the questions. Okay. As soon as we get up in the morning, okay, whether we are human being or birds or bees or whoever it is, the questions starts. Okay. The birds are asking, chirping, where is my food? Where is my food? Where is my food? Where are my children? Where's my family? So similarly, we're also asking, now I have to go to office. What will I do? Will I get the salary on time? Will the bank go bankrupt? Or will the money will be there in my bank? What will happen to my family, children, school, this, that? So all these questions we are also asking. Inquisitive. So what inquisitiveness we should have? Not about the material things. Material things will come and go because we have done certain karma that we will have to receive it, good or bad. Nobody can stop that. If we have done something good, good will happen to us. If we have done something bad, bad thing will come to us. That will, by default, we'll get it. Okay. But bhakti, serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that's our prerogative. We should do that first. That is the primary thing. So that is in our hand. Whatever we have done, it will come to us automatically by default. But what we are going to do now, that is our choice. That is not destined. We talk of destiny. Okay. So what is destiny? We are destined to get it. Why? We have done some activity for which we have to either enjoy or suffer, depending upon the activity. Every action has an equivalent and opposite reaction. Similarly, whatever activity we have done either in this life or in the previous life, we have to accept the reaction of that. So that will come automatically by default. But the activity that I'm going to do now, it's not destiny, it is my choice. I can react, I can proact. Okay, somebody is abusing me, I can abuse him back. I can tolerate and keep quiet. That option is within me, in my hands. Okay, somebody is abusing me. Okay, I can react. I can abuse him back. At the same time, I can also take a decision not to react, not to abuse him back, to tolerate. So, which is the best one? Which is the best one? What should I do?
Not to react.
Not to react. Tolerate. As far as possible, tolerate. Only when it crosses the limit, then we have to do the needful. Okay. Maximum possible, tolerate. Otherwise, what will happen? We are creating reaction upon reaction. Okay. It becomes a big knot. Becomes a not one knots, many knots. So then knots, we cannot untie that. This has to be cut only. Cut with a sword of knowledge. So people are, second type of people, they are inquisitive. Okay. Want to know why I am suffering, why he or she is not suffering, why this disparity, why some are in human form, some in animal form, some in worms form, some in trees form. So these questions, every living being is asking, directly or indirectly these questions. And the third one is Artho Jitnyasu Artharthi. Okay. Who wants money? Who wants finance? Who wants economic development? Because without money, we cannot survive. We need money. Okay? We need roti, kapda, makan. We need to survive. We need to buy groceries. We need to pay the bills. We need money. So if those who are lacking money, those who don't have money, they go and approach the Supreme Master. Oh Lord, oh Krishna, please help me. I'm in total pauper condition. I don't have money to support my family. So please help me. Please get me a good job. Okay. Or please, get me a lottery. Whatever it is. They want money. So they will pray for that. So that's the third category of people. So Artho, distress, Jitnyasu, inquisitive, Arthati, those who want money. Okay. Then Jnani. Jnani means wise. Okay. He knows why he is suffering. Okay. So he will take the right path. Why he is suffering? Because he knows we are all undergoing in this material world the Janma Mrityu Jara Vedi according to our karma. There is a karma phala. We may have done some activities in our previous lives for which, or in this life itself, for which we have to suffer. So everybody is, reaping the results of the seeds that they have sowed. Okay. This is a saying. What is that? I forgot that.
As you sow, as you reap.
Yes, you sow, shall you reap. Yes. Okay. So whatever we sow, that we will reap. Okay. If you put a mango seed, what the mango tree will come. You will not get apple tree, right? Yeah. Unless his genetical engineering, all these things are doing, that's a different thing. But if you put a mango seed, you'll get only mango tree. If you get a jackfruit, you'll get a jackfruit, or orange, isn't it? And if you squeeze some mango, you'll get mango juice, not orange juice. So whatever activity we are doing, accordingly, we'll have to reap the fruit. We'll have to either suffer or enjoy. Okay. So wise knows that. Okay. The wise people, the intelligent people knows that. So what they will do, they will not get entangled in the clutches of Maya. They will not get entangled in the material Maya's clutches. They will do the right thing to go back home, back to God. That is Krishna Seva. That is devoted service. So that is what. So there are 4 types of people who will approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And there are 4 types of people who will not approach. Who are they? Namam Dushkridano Mudha, Prabadhyande Naradama, Maya Aprahatnyanam, Asuram Bhavam Acharida. Namam Dushkridano Mudha. Those who have done impious activities. Mudha. Who is Mudha? Unintelligent, foolish people. Because they don't know what is the purpose of the life. Why they got a human form. Just like the animals doesn't know why they're in the body. Similarly, such people, the foolish, they also don't know why they got this human form. There is a purpose for getting a human form. All of them did not get human form. Many of them got the beast form or worms or birds form or trees form. Why? Why this disparity? So at least after getting the human form, we should know that athato brahma jitnyasa. Now let me inquire about the supreme absolute truth. Okay. So dushkridano muda. The muda will not understand that the fools does. So he will not go to God. He will not accept that there is a superpower or there is supreme personality of Godhead and everything is under his control. They will not accept. Everything is automatically happening. It's by the nature. And if you ask how it is working, who is the controller, they don't know. There is a prakriti, there is a creation. So behind creation, there is a creator. If you ask, no, everything is automatically happening. There's no creator. So that's those type of people. So namam dushkritam moda prabadhyande naradhama. Naradhama means the lowest of the mankind. The lowest of the mankind. They will also not know that there's a supreme personality of God, there's a controller, there's a proprietor, there is a master, they will not accept. No, it is all happening like that. Naradama, lowest. They don't have the intelligence. They're also of that type. Prapadyante Naradama, Mayaya Aparhata Jnanam. Okay. Their knowledge is stolen by the external energy, by Maya. Why? The Maya makes them think that they are the body. They are the enjoyers. So they don't accept that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. We are being enjoyed. So they will think that I am the controller, I am the master, I am the proprietor, I am the enjoyer. So they will try to exploit the material nature for their enjoyment. But will they be able to exploit? Can they exploit the material nature? Can they lord over the material nature? No. Why? Because the material nature is so strong. It is the external energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Her energy, his energy is infinite, and we are infinitesimal. They are just an anu, a drop of water in the ocean, great ocean. So how can we bring the ocean? A drop cannot bring the ocean under its control, can it? No. Such a vast ocean, the drop in the ocean is thinking that I can bring the whole ocean under my control. It's not possible. So such people's intelligence is lost. The jnana, the knowledge is gone. Why? It is covered by the external energy. So they think that they are the controller. They can lord of the material nature. They can, make the material nature dance according to their tune. It is not possible. Material energy is so strong. It is the Supreme Personality of Godhead's energy, and so great, so powerful. What this little jiva can do to bring that material energy into our control and enjoy. We may try to manipulate the material nature, but we'll definitely fail in our efforts. Definitely. So Maya Aparhada Jnanam, then Asuram Bhavam Ashrita. Asuram means those who are having atheistic mentality. Okay, that they think that there is no God. I am God. Or this Prapancham is God. Some people think that this nature is God. But here there are some type of people who say nobody is God. It's no God. Atheist. Yuktivadi. Nirishwaravadi. Okay. Nastik. These are different names. They also will not approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These are the 4 different categories who doesn't approach, and the earlier 4 categories will approach. Okay, so who among these 2 categories are the best? Who among the 2 categories? Definitely those who approach the Supreme, those who accept Supreme Personality of Godhead, those who accept the Creator. Okay. Now, Vivek Prabhu, suppose let's assume that he's a, architect, chief architect. He constructed a building. He constructed a building, and I'm asking you, Prabhu, who has constructed this building? So he's telling, I have constructed. No. How he can construct? It has just appeared like that. So am I not a fool? Am I not a fool? Yes. It cannot just manifest itself. Some creator should be there. Somebody has to construct that. The material ingredients is supplied by the nature. That is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But to assemble that, you need somebody. Isn't it? Similarly, the material ingredients in this material world, to give bodies to different species, that is given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to Lord Brahma. So he does the secondary creation. The primary creation is done by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, once I think Isaac Newton, after giving a lecture in a college, so another scientist met him, and he wanted to ask some questions. So Isaac Newton said, see, I have another meeting and another class. I have to go there, give a class there. So please excuse me. We'll meet in the evening in the tea shop. We'll have a detailed discussion there. So because he knew that Isaac Newton knew that the other scientist, is a Nastik. Nirisharavadi, doesn't believe in God. So he knew what question he was going to raise. Said the evening for a in the tea club we'll have a cup of tea and discuss the matter. So he said, oh, agreed. So in the evening, as scheduled, he went there and met him. So on his table, there was a very nice atlas globe. Okay. So a person is holding that globe. So it was very beautiful, very nice. So this asked, who created this? The person who asked question, who wanted to ask the question. So, no, it's not created by anybody. It is just manifested like that. Oh, what are you saying? How is it possible? It just gets manifested like that. There should be some creator. So beautiful it is. No, it is just manifested like that. Because the question he wanted to ask actually, for this universe, there is no creator. His argument was always like that. He knew that there is no creator for this universe. It has just appeared out of that Big Bang theory of the Darwin. So to answer to that, this has just come like that. It's manifested out of blue. No, it's not possible. There should be similarly for such a small thing. You think that there should be a creator. Such a magnanimous, great universe. So meticulously it is functioning. It doesn't need a creator. So opened his eyes. Then he accepted, yes. Similarly, there are even so many modern scientists also who still doesn't believe that God exists. Okay, so these are all which class of people? Atheistic class of people. So namam dushkridano muda prabadhyande naradama mayaya pradhuda jnanam asuram bhava machrita. Okay. So that is what here Prabhupada is, in the purport giving. Okay. So Sri Narada Muni, from practical experience, definitely asserts that the prime solution of all problems of material work is to broadcast very widely the transcendental glories of the Supreme Lord. So that is what will give you bliss. The pastimes of the Supreme Lord. Why? It is not in any three modes of material nature. It is beyond. It is in the pure mode of goodness. So that will give us bliss, ananda, nothing else. All others may give temporary happiness, but it is not everlasting. It is not eternal. So that's why Narada condemned the work of Vyasadeva. Although it is good to give comfortable life in the material world to all the living beings, especially human beings. But that is not the end of it. That is not the ultimate aim of human life. That's what Narada Maharishi wanted to point out. Why Vyasadeva was despondent or dejected even after compiling so much of scriptures, Vedic literatures. Why? Because the essence of Vedas was missing. What is the essence of Vedas? The essence of Vedas is to get Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prema, to go back home, back to Godhead, and to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead eternally. And in that service, we will get Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam. The Ananda, the bliss keeps increasing, never decreasing. In the material world, whatever you do, you may get some happiness. And as the time passes by, that happiness starts diminishing, decreasing, never increase. Any material activity you see. So suppose I get a bonus in my company. I'll be happy. How many hours, how many days, how many weeks, how many months? How many days or months can I enjoy with that news? Today I got it, today, tomorrow, 3 days, 5 days, 1 month, not the whole life. We cannot be happy. So as the day passes by, the happiness starts diminishing. Because as we all know, the math in the material world and the math in the spiritual world. 1 plus 1 equal to 2, 1 minus 1 equal to 0 in the material world, material terms. But in the spiritual world, 1 plus 1 equal to is 1, 1 minus 1 equal to. Why? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyade Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Avashyashade. Is complete and perfect. How much ever you take, it is still perfect, complete. How much ever you give, it is still complete and perfect. Just like you take few buckets of water from the great ocean, will there be any difference? Still, it is complete. It is full in itself, isn't it? So that's what. So in the spiritual world, it's not only giving ananda; it keeps increasing. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Anandambudhi vardhanam, pratipadam, purnamrita swadanam." Pratipadam. Each step, we are enjoying or we are experiencing the bliss, increasing bliss. In the material world, each step, each moment, we are decreasing our happiness. I cannot, remembering the 1 week back, I had a very sumptuous prasadam and I'm enjoying now. No, I cannot enjoy. I need fresh prasadam today to satisfy my palate. But any seva that we have done in a temple or in a spiritual way, that we can just remember and have blissful mentality just by remembering that. So because that is touching the soul. All other activities are either to the gross body or on maximum on a mental level. Not beyond that. When it touches the soul, it is eternal. When it is touching only the body and the mind, it is temporary and it is not eternal and it starts diminishing. Anything that touches the soul, Atma, the real self, that will remain with us forever. That is eternal. That is what we have to understand. Okay, a day is a good day only when we discuss about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, His Leelas, His name, His qualities, His paraphernalia, everything. That is the best day. And the worst day when we forget His Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. Okay, Narada Maharshi is telling, Taddinam Durdinam Manye, Mekhachanam Nadurdinam, Yaddinam Krishna Sallabam. What is that? Yaddinam Krishna Sallabam. I forgot. Okay, the meaning is like that. That day is not a bad day. Usually we say when there is a cloud, when it is clouded, the sky is clouded, there are chances of raining, right? So we say, oh, today is going to be a bad day, it's going to rain. I won't be able to go out. I won't be able to do my duties because it's every rain. And in the rain, we don't want to go out. So it's a bad day. So when there is a cloud, we think that it is going to rain and we are not going to enjoy or we are not going to do any activities because of it is disturbance going out and doing any activity for that matter. So that's it. So actually it's not the bad day. It's not the bad day. Which day is bad day? That the day that you don't remember Krishna is Yaddinam Durdinam Yaddinam, do that. I forgot the last verse. Anyway, that day is a bad day where we don't remember Krishna. Not the day that is cloudy and going to rain. Kadha Piyusha Varjidam. Yes, that is the last. Kadha Piyusha Varjidam. If we are bereft of the listening to the Katha of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that day is considered to be the bad day, the worst day. Okay. Yeah. Taddinam Durdinam Manye, Mekhachanam Na Durdinam. Okay. Taddinam Krishna Sallabham, Kadha Piyusha Varjidam. Kadha Piyusha. Kadha means the past tense of Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we are bereft of that, we are not remembering that, that is the worst day we have to think. Okay, so Narada Maharshi is telling Vyasadeva to propagate or broadcast widely the transcendental glories, which are beyond the three modes of material nature. There are four classes of good men and there are four classes of bad men. Also, the four classes of good men acknowledge the authority of the Almighty God, and therefore, such good men, when they are in difficulty, this, as I explained to you, that is artho. When they are in need of money, arthati. When they are advanced knowledge, that is jnani, and they are inquisitive, that is jitnyasu. Know more and more about God. Intuitively take shelter of the Lord. As such, Naradaji advises Vyasadeva to broadcast the transcendent knowledge of God in terms of vast Vedic knowledge which he had already attained. So he is not an ordinary person. He is the Shakti Avesha Avatara of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, of Vyasadeva. So he knows everything. But then, why he didn't write in the first place? Why didn't he knew everything? But then why he didn't write all these things in the first place? To emphasize the point that a guru shows the right path, gives the right knowledge. Even Vyasadeva, although he is Shakti Avesha Avatar of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even he had to get the guidance of the spiritual master. Even Krishna accepted Shantipani Muni as his spiritual master. Lord Ram accepted Vasishta and Vishwamitra as his spiritual master. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Ishwarapuri as his spiritual master to set an example to all of us that without spiritual master, we cannot get the lamp of knowledge. So Narada Maharshi had to come there to show the right path to Vyasadeva. It's not that Vyasadeva didn't know. Vyasadeva knew. So this is to set an example to all of us that we should take shelter of the spiritual master, without which there is no way, there is no way, there is no way. Just like Hare Nama eva kevalam. Kalau nasti eva, nasti eva, nasti eva. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way, except chanting the holy name of the Lord. Similarly, there is no other way to get connected to Krishna, to go to the supreme abode of Krishna, without taking shelter of the supreme, the spiritual master. That is why Srila Rupa Goswami, in his Nectar of Devotion, the first two items of 64 items of devotional service, the first one is taking shelter of the spiritual master. Second one is taking initiation from him. And who comes in the bona fide parampara. That is very, very specific. Especially in the age of Kali, there are so many so-called pseudo-gurus, just like mushroom sprouting in the rainy season. There are many gurus, cheating gurus, who wants to get the facilities from his disciples, not to take them back home, back to Godhead. A guru means one who is able to deliver his disciple. If he is not in a position to deliver his disciple, he cannot become a guru. Okay, it's as clear as that. If the guru cannot deliver a disciple, he cannot be called a guru. So Rishabhadeva says, Guru na sasyat, Padis na sasyat, Janani na sasyat. That means, we are all having some position in the society. Some are parents, some are husband, right? Some Ishtadevada, some gurus. So this is all position. So one can become a guru or a husband or a mother, okay, or a master or a teacher or a Ishtadevada only if they can deliver their dependents from the miseries of the material life. If they cannot deliver, they are not supposed to hold that position anymore. If a guru cannot deliver his disciple, he should not be a guru. If a parent cannot lead his children to the path of Krishna consciousness, they cannot hold the position of parent. Even though materially, biologically, they may be parent, but they are not worth calling a parent. Husband, a mother. So they should direct their dependence to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's why Guru is a must. So Vyasadeva and Narada, by this example, is setting an example that everyone should take shelter of a guru. Without guru, even the supreme personality of Godhead accepted guru. So what to speak of people like us? Right? कौन सा खेत का मूल है हम लोग? सही है. So as far as the bad men are concerned, they are also four in number. Those who are simply addicted to the mode of progressive fruitive work and thus are subjected to the accompanying miseries. Those who are simply addicted to vicious work for sense satisfaction and so suffer the consequence. Those who are materially very much advanced in knowledge but who suffer because they do not have the sense to knowledge and authority of the Almighty Lord. And for the class of men who are known as atheists, Asura, Asurim Bhavam Ashrita, and who therefore purposely hate the very name of God, although they are always in difficulty. So these four types of people never approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Naradaji advised Vyasadeva to describe the glories of the Lord, just to do good to all 8 classes of men. So this is not only for some categories of people, to all of them, who even doesn't approach the Lord, who even doesn't believe that there is God. So all of them, to all classes of people, to both good and bad. Srimad Bhagavatam is therefore not meant for any particular class of men or sect. It is for the sincere soul who actually wants his own welfare and peace of mind. So it's for everyone. God will not discriminate. He is giving equal opportunity to everyone. That's why he says in Bhagavad Gita, Samoham sarvabhuteshu name deshvasti napriya ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mai te teshu chapya. Samoham sarvabhuteshu, to all living beings, he is equal. He is not, okay, I will teach only these students some and the other student no. He give opportunity. It is up to the student whether he should accept it or not. That is not in his hand. That he doesn't. Those who accept that, those who follow that, those who are obedient, they will attain the perfection. Those who are not, they will not attain the perfection. They have to undergo the miseries of the material world. So that way, and the Bhaktivedanta purports of the first canto, 5th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Narada's instruction on Srimad Bhagavatam for Vyasadeva. So Narada Maharshi instructed Vyasadeva the reason for his despondency, dejection, dissatisfaction, and how he can come out of that simply by glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his activities, his guna, his rupa, his nama, and he can come out of these miseries. So he is encouraging Vyasadeva to combine Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why Bhagavatam is known as Amala Purana, spotless Purana. That which facilitates anyone and everyone to go back home, back to Godhead. So the essence of all the Vedic literatures is in Srimad Bhagavatam. So simply by studying Srimad Bhagavatam, following the instructions given in Srimad Bhagavatam, we'll get the blessings of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we'll be able to mitigate all the material miseries and cleanse all our anarthas, and we'll be eligible to go back home, back to Godhead. So this is the 5th chapter, Narada's instruction to Vyasadeva. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hari Om Tat Sat. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Ananta Kodi Vaishnava ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Santai Go Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. So any questions or any comments?